I like him as an adversary, especially let's get down hand-to-hand combat. I like it. Damn, we got blood, Disney. We got blood. Welcome back. I told y'all we knocking these first 2 episodes out, the premiere ones, and I'm looking forward to them. First episode was fire, and I didn't even tell y'all in the first one. I know I said it was pure nostalgia. Episode 1 knocked that out the park. I'm 32 years old. I don't know if this is a nostalgia feel for you guys or if you're just completely new to the series. Maybe you watched the previous series on Disney Plus, or maybe you're coming into this completely brand new because it was hyped up and you're excited to see something new and see what all the hype is about from us 90s baby. So I'm curious to know how you guys feel about this and what your thoughts were coming into the show. The first episode, based off me being nostalgic about it, I thoroughly enjoyed it. 10 out of 10 for me. As far as the episode, probably an 8 out of 10. It was nothing mind-blowing, but it gave me what I wanted. It gave me the nostalgia. It gave me a little bit of story. It gave me a little bit of darkness, and it didn't give me too much agenda, which was something I was worried about. And it gave me something to look forward to in the next episode and the future of this series. So, and those things being Cyclops, being the impromptu leader of this team, Magneto coming in the fold. I know they have like a weird relationship, and I don't know it 100%. Both in the movies and the previous series where they're friends, but also enemies. And have somewhat of a respect for each other. So him coming into just forcing his way in, it wasn't no vote. This is a dictatorship, and he ain't asking no questions. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that develops. There's definitely going to be some pushback from Wolverine, I imagine. Cyclops too, the whole team. But those two, we're going to see some butting of heads, and I'm looking forward to how that transpires. And when it comes to DaCosta, obviously we're just starting to get to know him, or I am at least. I'm curious of whether he'll be a character that is here each episode, or if he'll just pop in here and there when they need help or whenever they just cross paths. So because it doesn't look like he's planning on using his powers anytime soon. So who knows when that'll be, when they actually need him. But based off last episode, I wasn't sure with Trask and the person who shot Professor X, I'm blanking on his last name, if that was something that would be stretched out, carried out. That's another positive of the first episode. The pacing of it was good, and they got to the point quickly. So that's promising for the rest of the series. If you're familiar with my channel or any of my other reactions, The Expanse is one of my favorite shows that I react to because it doesn't waste any time. With the script, dialogue, it gets to the point, it gets you to where you need to be without wasting any time, and keeping you engaged fully. One of my other favorite cartoons of all time, Dragon Ball Z. If you know it, you know it. But that show wastes a lot of time and a lot of episodes, 10 plus episodes just gearing up to a battle that could have been crossed out and made the show so much more concise. And I hopefully, based off that first episode, this will be a show that does that as well and knocks out all the filler, if you want to call it that. So nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed this one too. Hope you enjoyed the last one. If you haven't seen it yet, go back to that and check it out. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you comment down below and introduce yourself if you're new. OGs, love you. Appreciate you watching as always. Let's get into it. And I love this new title sequence because it's got all like the new stuff in it, or like the animated series in it. Like I think I saw Fantastic Four, I saw Spider-Man, and I think What If might have been mixed in there too. But and was Magneto in the first intro video? I don't even remember. I was so pumped about the song I wasn't paying attention. Jump. Ooh, nice catch. Okay. X-Men got a little competition. I hope he's the only one in this Ferris wheel with her. It's not DaCosta. Oh, that's Magneto, right? And I like it when it's Magneto's power. It seems like they highlight whatever it is with that gold rim.
Monitoring the situation, with some demanding this unlikely savior answer for his past crimes.
Is that like a cure? Will that get rid of the mutant powers? Like a shot?
Please, don't hurt Leech.
Okay.
The depths you humans go.
Voice is tight.
Even electricity and magnetism are intimately acquainted.
Nice.
How unfortunate for you.
Oh, I thought he's just gonna crush it on her hand.
Dirty mutant! You get what's coming from your run!
I don't know how I feel about his costume yet. It looks like something meant for somebody that's 20 and younger. But his character design is dope.
And I promise you, child, you shall never be afraid again.
Okay, Magneto.
The tragic fact that I did not consign those sapiens to the waste bin of history is proof of my desire to honor Charles Xavier's dream of...
For now, but it sounds like he's willing to kill if he needs to.
Let Jean scan your mind. See your real plans.
Scott, no.
What? You did it with Gyrick?
I accessed Gyric's mind for information. Using my powers to assess honesty is another matter. Even if I sensed Magneto's intentions were sincere, that's today, this hour, this minute.
Then we check every minute
But
of
still, it
every
would
day.
help.
I was under
'Cause
the
he's in
welcome
question now.
impression that you and Mrs. Summers were leaving us.
Not a chance.
You ain't discussed that with her.
Read the will again. Like it or not, this is what the professor wanted.
This is tight. I'm really liking it.
Ever see. So, I do not lightly deny your request and demand your trust instead. Xavier wanted this.
Maybe he was wrong.
Are we sure these will documents can be trusted?
Haven't worn this old thing since that battle in the blue area of the moon.
That sounds like a comic book reference.
But there was Scott, fighting by my side.
You are afraid.
Look at this Top Gun looking motherfreaker.
If he's a mutant, how do I tell him he's different? That the world will remind him of it every day.
Keep him around people like you so he grows up seeing it.
Born human. I have wondered what it would be like to be human.
But then he feels like he's different from you, no?
Thank you, Storm. Just ever since I was in Gyric's mind, I can't shake this feeling that something terrible is coming. Boy, do I sound like a fool.
No, Jean. You sound like a mother.
Awesome moment. Really good.
Well,
and
you're a
dialogue
little
wise.
I told myself I needed this to protect myself from his psychic powers.
But you were worried if you still felt how much he loved you, you wouldn't be able to go through with your crusade. And yet, here you are, dragged in like a kitty cat's prize.
Xavier's sacrifice brought about a world more tolerant towards mutants.
Man, look at Magneto flexing. He got a jack for as old as he is. He looking good.
I feared you would do your best to avoid being alone with me, Rogue.
What's this about?
Do you think your team would still trust you if they knew?
That was a
Obviously,
long
they
time
got
ago,
something.
Eric. And that cat's gotta stay in its bag.
I like it. I like it. Give us a little background. You're doing good, X-Men. You are doing good.
Ready yourselves, my X-Men.
We don't lose our cool when the good guys show up.
I freaking love it because they're adding layers to the story already that I actually care about
were
or
saying-
intriguing.
We're here for Magneto. Think twice. Our rifles are resistant to your electromagnetic powers.
Got him. Damn. Oh, it looked like he was going like towards them. Chop their ass.
Should I successfully vindicate myself in what I will generously assume is a fair trial, will I earn your trust?
That is how due process works.
Then I yield.
Nice. I do like Magneto a lot. I always have because he's one of those villains. Yeah, he's got a somewhat of a good side to him, and you kind of love to hate him or hate to love him.
Have you seen Scott?
Oh, he's there with the others, making sure Magneto doesn't pull one of his stunts.
Oh. He didn't tell me.
A lot of that going around lately.
Damn, Wolverine, you extra passive this series.
People will look back. Folks out there want the UN's head just as much as his. Stir the pot, boys, and keep them distracted. I'll only have one shot.
One shot. I don't know if this is a known character or not, or a well-known character by you fans.
Xavier knew this and dreamed we could change, find harmony, a future where human and mutant could relinquish the past and finally... You claim justice is overdue. Indeed. But so is healing.
I've definitely got something to say about this aspect of the show. Stay tuned towards the end of the episode.
You build robots to hunt us, callers to chain our power.
Humanity must protect itself.
Protection. That is extermination.
Calm down.
Protesters are breaching the perimeter.
They must want Magneto.
And the judges, ma'am.
What in the blazes did we do?
He shook.
Now you are traitors to your kind. Oh, to play by the rules, and still they come for you.
Damn.
Our goal is de-escalation.
Good luck. Is this gonna work? I feel like it'll just make them turn on them. They were just getting sympathy because Professor X got killed, but if they help Magneto. Oh my goodness, Logan gonna be there for the birth and Cyclops isn't. That's messed up.
Careful, Logan!
The exact opposite of careful. Damn. Oh, that's about to hurt somebody. Damn. Kind of reminds you of when they stormed the White House, huh?
Rogue, secure the perimeter outside.
I still can't get over that acronym FOH.
I am unable to ascertain the nature of the weapon on his back, but his armor is constructed from an energy-resistant titanium-laced alloy.
Damn.
You got a name? Executioner.
Ooh, Executioner. I know the name, but I still don't know the character. Or I feel like I know the name. It sounds familiar.
Round two, absorb this.
Damn. He reminds me a little bit of a Sportmaster from DC, or like Young Justice.
Answers to no one.
I like him as an adversary, especially let's get down hand-to-hand combat. I like it. Damn, we got blood, Disney. We got blood.
Harder. Weak. I hate your whining just as much as I hate you.
These are those. These are those stakes I was talking about. Let's get down. That's what's up.
Scott, hurry.
Damn, his mask is broken. He might get one use out of that.
The baby's coming, Scott.
Storm. Jean's in labor. Morph's here, but they're losing the line.
Rogue, fly Cyclops to Jean immediately.
This is what the hell I'm talking about, Disney. Give me more of this, baby.
You, uncollar Magneto. You.
Well, now who does she think she...
Do not think. Be silent.
Ha.
Obey my commands and you shall survive.
Damn. Talk that shit, Storm.
What do you mean, don't do mutant births?
You people can lose control of your powers. And if she needs a C-section...
I'll show you a C-section, bum.
Rogue, can you use your powers to siphon his medical expertise?
Excuse me? Do what?
Oh, Cyclops, if I slip and touch your baby, my powers...
Rogue, I trust you.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, sugar.
I'm about damn. I'm based on how this show is going. I'm about 70% sure that she's gonna be able to do this. The other 30, that baby is gone. Damn. Who's catching this on camera?
Fair against the shock of good conduct.
Damn. That's definitely an effective technique. This dude is Executioner. You just added the elements to this show. I like it.
Go.
Is it not gonna get... Granted, his gun actually works. Did she just lose all her powers? Storm, you too good. You too good. Wreck your shit. Crush him. Crush him. Don't destroy that. You might need it to like study her. Oh no, she's trying.
The breeze is gone. I cannot feel it.
nor the moisture.
She was just talking about this with Jean, and Jean might see this as an opportunity for the baby or for herself.
It was not what we wanted.
Lies.
This is what you got.
This is your dream. All the X-Men have done is use their awesome power to protect a world that hates and fears them. Behold their reward. What must we do to be good enough? I say as I have too many times before. Never again.
He's very good. Voice acting on point. He's captivating when on screen, and every time he has a speech. I love it. Damn. Look at this level of power. I know it's Magneto, so I already know his scale is on a whole nother level, but still seeing it play out for the first time in this series is really cool.
Bigot.
Damn.
Ingrate. Sycophant. Worm. So small I could smite you with a step. There was a time I would smite you all for what was done to Storm. But today, I have saved you from your own.
Why you bring him up here, though?
Charles Xavier entrusted me with his dream.
The epicness of this scene is amazing. I'm really enjoying this.
I am trying to be better. Please.
You just want some people over.
Do not make me let you down.
Literally.
Well, doesn't he need a name?
I was thinking Nathan.
Yeah, that's my boy. Nathan Summers.
Nathan.
Oh, damn. Heartbroken. It's okay, Logan. I love the little news experts,
Another
too.
gesture of goodwill in our efforts to improve relations with our mutant brethren, we will begin talks to admit the mutant nation of Genosha into the United Nations.
Poison?
I feel like I used to have one of those cups. That exact one. I don't know how I got it. Maybe it was just from the store, but I feel like I got it with a DVD or a box of cereal or something.
I hear you and Jean have begun to make arrangements to leave. Does this mean you trust me to carry on Xavier's dream?
The professor trusted you, and I trust him. I guess that'll have to be enough.
Be vigilant. Tragedy lures with fortune first. This was a good week for our people. Yet it was not without cost.
The way he speaks is so like comforting to an extent, but you look in his eyes and they look dead, they look evil. I don't know which aspect to trust.
How long?
Additional tests will be needed before...
Hank, please. How long?
He said suppressing it, so hopefully there's a time limit on it.
The effects appear... permanent.
They wouldn't kick her out the mansion, would they? I love how she's got the shoulder pads like a Saiyan outfit. What? Yeah, she left the earrings.
Sister, to be heard, seen, to feel another soul finally seeing yours.
Oh, he's the only one who could resist it. Huh.
Connection.
I still want to know more about that.
One we sacrifice so much to maintain.
Damn.
Only to then
Nice.
sometimes watch it break in a blink that changes your life forever.
This episode, people getting heartbroken, people getting their ass whooped.
But trust that I will cherish what we shared as X-Men. Muff. Ororo.
If only I hadn't left the UN, I could have...
You did what you had to, brother. Storm did the same.
And we will respect her decision.
That's so. The blast had your name on it. Should be you leaving, mon ami.
Storm will spend a day schlepping it with the basic folk and come right home, happy as a...
Oh, another surprise.
She's back!
Jean?
I need the X-Men.
Cliffhanger alert! Cliffhanger alert! This show, man. This show. I forgot where my camera. This show. 2 episodes. Every Wednesday I gotta wait week to week for this episode. This is the feeling that Saturday morning cartoons gives you. I don't know if they'll release 2 episodes every week. or if it'll just be one from now on. And I don't even, like I said, I don't even know the length of what this series is going to be. But wow, there are not many shows that leave me with this type of feeling or enjoyment, especially right off the bat. Invincible, and Expanse, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, obviously shows that are, I don't even know, do these have end credit scenes? No end credit scene, but we got left off on something. Jean coming back from another dimension, another realm, or whatever you want to call it, but obviously it's her, and something's going wrong. I don't know if it has anything to do with that like vision she saw in the first episode with all the graveyards and things of that nature. But Storm, we lose her. She lost her powers. I don't know. I imagine, even though I don't know if they'll find a way to get her powers back, but they said it was permanent. I imagine her being gone will be temporary. Whether someone goes to find her, whether she crosses paths with DaCosta, also another question answered. We didn't see DaCosta in this episode, so he will be from time to time showing his face in the show or the series. Or maybe we won't see him again, and he was just someone, like a random character who had powers that they tried to recruit, and it just didn't work out. But we'll see. Obviously, he's got like a little bit of a thing with Jubilee, so maybe we will see him. But this episode was amazing. I gave last episode an 8 out of 10. This has got to be a 10 out of 10. This was phenomenal. And I said hold off until my outro or the end of the episode. I will talk about it. The initial scene with Magneto being on trial and giving his speech, there's a level of darkness and the tone completely shifted. Like it was already like a serious tone. Like this feels like an adult series. This feels like a series, and a lot of shows that they remake, remaster, whatever you want to call it. It feels like they bring them back and change them for the current generation, which is completely fine. You get that because they're trying to make money. They're trying to bring back something that you love. But the way to make a successful show in that aspect for me is to, especially if it's a nostalgia show, bring it back and cater to the adults who used to be kids watching the show, and then see if the new generation also falls in line and comes to love it. And that's how you get a banger of a show. And they are on the right path with this series so far. That was phenomenal. The tone and everything, it has been set. We set up a little bit of backstory, especially with Magneto and Rogue. Logan's getting his heart broken. Gambit's getting his heart broken. So I feel sorry for them because those are characters I do enjoy, but you know that's going to happen if you're familiar with the X-Men story at all. But we'll see how that goes moving forward. Executioner, phenomenal. I love him as an adversary. A lot of times, especially in Disney, you get these villains that they hype them up to be good, and then they just fall off to the point where they're not as serious as you thought they were. I don't really care about them so much. But Executioner, in his first appearance, he came through about that action. He was whooping Cyclops to the bone, man. He cracked his mask and everything. I know it's their first time interacting with him, but it's also Executioner's first time going up against them. So he came prepared. He took care of business, and he looks like someone who will be serious. Like, I enjoy, like, this isn't just a villain that I feel like they'll cross paths once. And then the rest of the times, maybe if they see him, they'll just mess him up thoroughly without any competition. I feel like they're going to go blow for blow a little bit throughout the course of this series, and I look forward to every interaction that we get with him, because he's going to continue to get better. I know, obviously, Magneto trapped him like on the thing, and he was like, hey, you better watch it, but I don't think that's the last that we're going to see of him. And as far as all the people storming the building and the trial, that's going to continue to be a thing. I question it. excuse me. I question it during the reaction whether I thought the people would turn against the X-Men. Now, I know they already, to an extent, do not like the X-Men. They view them as others. Or different, whatever the case may be, but it seemed like, especially the way they were talking about it in the first episode, that the people were starting to see things from their side. and sympathize a little bit. So they were starting to gain a little bit of traction, the mutants that is, and people were starting to kind of feel for them. But I wonder if this incident here is going to flip that on its head completely. So we'll see what happens there. I'm going to cycle through this timeline really quickly just to make sure I didn't forget anything. Obviously, Magneto, entrusted by Professor X to take control. Now, I don't know if that, like they mentioned, if that is strictly so Scott and Jean have an out and they don't feel obligated to run the X-Men, or if it's simply just because they thought, or Professor X thought Scott wasn't ready and he handed the reins over to Magneto. Now, Magneto, like I said, he's definitely gonna roll with an iron thumb. He's got the as long as he can stay on the straight and narrow, he's got the personality and the powers to be an excellent leader. But he also seems a little bit off, like you expect Magneto to be. Like he'll snap at any moment if you push his buttons too far. Obviously, in ways of affecting mutants and his people, like he said. But I'm looking forward to seeing how he does as a leader moving forward as stakes continue to raise. And the fact that we already have stakes in these first 2 episodes, I mentioned that in the outro of last episode, that's what I need. That's what I wanted. And that's what they've given me already and established. So, I don't know. Jean had the baby. It's in good health. Nathan, I can't wait to see more of Executioner. That was there was some name calling. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but essentially calling them like not for other people that don't look like them, and then just overall, this episode was phenomenal. I have no gripes with this. And then you got Jean, another great cliffhanger. Magneto coming in the last episode was great. This one was just as good. And the length of these episodes, 33 minutes, or I think a little bit less, 29 minutes. That's a perfect, digestible. Gets you in and out, but it still covers a lot. Another episode that was straight to the point. I feel like there was no wasted time in this episode. The dialogue, the script, the voice actors are on point. I feel sorry for even questioning that early on in episode 1, but everything is top notch for me to this level. So only thing I ask of you guys is obviously what I threw your way in the intro to this episode. But what do you guys think about it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you new to the series? Are you new to the X-Men? Are you OG? Are you nostalgic about this series at all? Do you think I'm blinded by the nostalgia? Is it not really as good as I'm thinking it is? Or is it really top tier as of now? And if it continues on this, we're talking about another cartoon series that is going to be in my top cartoon series of all time. So, great. If you haven't already, like I said, subscribe. Hit the like button. Introduce yourself down below if you haven't already. And remember to stay chill. I'll catch you in episode 3 of X-Men and hopefully some of my other reaction. Deuces.